What's up guys, it's Grant's Comics here, and today we'll be reviewing J2 number 12 right here from the 90s. That's pretty cool. We got Magdalene, the guy who looks like Spawn / Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, or Submariner, Doctor Strange, and the Hulk, and of course the Juggernaut. So this whole run is basically about this guy named Zane. He is the son of the Juggernaut, and Juggernaut is one of my favorite villains, or in this case, the Juggernaut is a good guy, but he is one of my favorite villains in the Marvel Universe. So this basically is around the son of the Juggernaut, also known as J2, get like Juggernaut 2, same powers as the Juggernaut, but just a little smaller. But anyways, this is about this is basically about M2 and this dude right here goes to a portal because the Juggernaut, his father, is trapped in another dimension. This dude, I'm just calling him Spawn Doppelganger. So the Spawn Doppelganger and Doctor Strange and J2, they go into this portal where his J2's father, also known as the Juggernaut, is trapped, and there's this guy called not Dormammu, but Dormungus or something. Dormungus, he's like a demon thing, and he's a demon. He's basically he is, so in the beginning he tells J2, or Zane tells a story of how the Juggernaut, his dad, got into the X-Men. He was X-Men, and he became a bad guy, and he's a good guy again, and stuff like that. And basically J2 was part of the new Avengers, and he in a few panels he meets up with his mom. He tells his mom about his secret, that he is J2, stuff like that. The mom's like, oh, I already know, I just didn't want to say anything, stuff like that. And J2 has two friends called Montana and another person, I forget the name, but those two people go into Decon Dens, which is a comic store, but there's where Doctor Strange and the Spawn lookalike goes in like a portal, and that's where they go into another dimension. So they go into this other dimension, and they find Juggernaut. But when they find Juggernaut, they try to find a gateway to get out, but they find themselves with this dude. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see. I'm trying to paste real quick. This guy right here, I think, what is his name again? Nemesis. Right there, that's the guy who blocks them and interferes with them when they're trying to escape. So of course, with any superhero or action movie, when you try to save somebody, there's always gonna be like a fluke or somebody trying to block you. But Nemesis blocks in their way. They're like, oh, you're trying to go somewhere. So now J2 and the Spawn lookalike, Doctor Strange, is now fighting Nemesis, but at the same time they can't handle this guy and another bunch of demons, or like minions, that they've been trying to fight. So they get help from, of course, the Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Submariner, and these three are like old school, like they're old. Like you can see that they're like, Submariner has like a beard, he's like all wrinkly and stuff, and you can see Doctor Strange, he has white hair, white beard and stuff. Hulk looks the same. I mean, Hulk has a big grin like that. Let me see if I can do that. like, sorry if that's cringe. I'm sorry, but anyways, yeah. So those guys help the Spawn lookalike and J2 fight Nemesis and his minions, and they they do escape. And this guy who is the owner of Dancoin Comics, he gets like all possessed, and he's like, the gateway is blocked. We need opening. And then Montana and Yama, who is Zane's friends, who Zane is J2, they go into the comic store and they find this guy who's possessed, who has red eyes and needs help, and they're like, oh my god, call an ambulance, blah blah. And then they're like, okay, how are we gonna get Zane out of this weird portal? So they throw a bunch of comics into that portal, and it's funny because the portal, there's a scene where the Spawn lookalike says, is that X-Men 94, which is, I think 94 is the first appearance of Mr. Sinister or something, I don't know, or a cameo. So there's a lot of Easter eggs in this issue where where they mention other comics, like older comics from like the 70s and 80s. So that's the kind of stuff I like to see. And the Spawn lookalike is that an Avengers comic? He's looking up. He's like, is that Avengers comics? There's Raining Comics. It has humor, and it has action, and it has both of them, and that's what I like in a comic. If a comic has both humor and action, that's what kind of comic I like to read, and that's the kind of comics I like to have in my collection. And at the end of the day of this issue, Juggernaut and Zane's mom, reunites and stuff like that, and Zane reunites with Montana and Yamaha, and Montana Yama is saying what's going to happen with J2. Are we ever going to see him again? And like a lot of superheroes, people who are superheroes, they pretend that they're not superheroes, and they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna take a break, but he'll be back. He will be back. And you can see like a silhouette or like a picture of J22 as they're walking towards the school halls, and towards the end, it kind of reminds right here. This kind of reminds me of Amazing Fantasy 15, like towards the end, where it has the shadow of Peter Parker leaving and the Spider-Man logo, and it says on the panel, with great power comes great responsibility. I haven't read Amazing Fantasy 15, but I've seen like panels of it on the internet. But anyways, that's gonna be it for now. Here's the last look of J212 right there. We got again the Hulk, Doctor Strange, Submariner, and this dude. If anyone knows who this guy is or how to pronounce his name, comment down below. But yeah, I'm just gonna call him the Spawn / Spider-Man / Venom person, because he looks like Spawn and Venom and stuff like that. But if anyone knows who this guy is and how to pronounce his name, it does say his name on the comic, but I can't pronounce it. But if you guys can, let me know. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Alright.